What every drug really does to your brain. Every substance tells the brain a different lie. Some promise energy, some promise confidence, some promise peace, and some promise an escape from reality itself. But behind every high is a chemical reaction, a temporary change in the way your brain sees the world. And when that change fades, reality comes back, often demanding a price. Caffeine. Billions of people start their day with caffeine. Coffee, tea, energy drinks. It feels like fuel. But caffeine doesn't actually create energy. Instead, it blocks a chemical called adenosine, the signal that tells your brain it's tired. Within minutes, you feel sharper, more alert, more focused. The world seems easier to handle. But caffeine is borrowing energy from your future self. As the effect fades, fatigue returns, often stronger than before. Over time, your brain adapts, requiring more caffeine just to achieve the same feeling. What feels like energy is often just delayed exhaustion. Nicotine. Nicotine moves fast. Within seconds of entering the body, it reaches the brain and triggers a release of dopamine, the chemical linked to pleasure and reward. At first, it feels calming. Stress fades. Focus increases. But the relief doesn't last. As nicotine levels drop, cravings begin. The brain starts demanding another hit, not to feel good, but simply to stop feeling bad. That's what makes nicotine so addictive. The cycle becomes invisible. People believe nicotine relaxes them, when in reality it's often relieving the withdrawal caused by the previous dose. Alcohol. Alcohol is one of the most socially accepted drugs in the world. It slows communication inside the brain, reducing anxiety and lowering inhibitions. At first, that feels good. You become more confident, more talkative, more relaxed. But as the dose increases, judgment weakens. Coordination declines. Decision-making suffers. The dangerous part is that alcohol often makes people feel more capable while actually making them less capable. The next day, the brain pays the price through dehydration, fatigue, and chemical imbalance. What begins as relaxation can slowly become dependence. Cannabis. Cannabis interacts with systems that regulate mood, memory, and perception. For many users, it creates relaxation and alters the way time, sound, and emotions are experienced. Music feels deeper. Conversations feel more meaningful. Ordinary moments seem more interesting. But cannabis affects everyone differently. For some, it's calming. For others, it can increase anxiety, confusion, or paranoia. Frequent use may affect motivation, memory, and concentration over time. Like many substances, the experience depends on the person, the dose, and the environment. Cocaine. Cocaine floods the brain with dopamine. The result is an intense rush of confidence, energy, and euphoria. For a brief moment, everything feels possible. But the brain wasn't designed to stay in that state. The high fades quickly. Then comes the crash, exhaustion, irritability, anxiety. The brain immediately wants more of the chemical that created the feeling. And that's how the cycle begins. The more often cocaine is used, the harder it becomes for the brain to experience pleasure naturally. Every drug changes the brain in its own way. Some speed it up. Some slow it down. Some distort reality completely. But they all share one thing in common. The feeling they create is temporary. Eventually, the chemical leaves your system. And when it does, your brain must find its way back to balance. The question isn't what the drug makes you feel. The question is what it leaves behind when the feeling is gone. Because every high has a cost. The only difference is when you pay it.